Well, it was a good moment in Mexico at that time. It was 1990, 1992, where I started to work in the industry. In Mexico, the terrestrial networks were not very reliable at that time, so satellite was a very effective way of communicating. And I was at that time in a company where we were selling satellite equipment. I just got there by coincidence, but I really like the industry and how it can impact the telecom in other areas. So I like it, and I've been working all my professional career in the industry. I think now is an excellent time for any young person that is finishing college to enter into this industry, because there's a big change happening in the industry. So satellite is becoming even more important of what's been in the past, and there's a set of new technologies that are starting to be available. So it's a very promising and very, from the technological point of view, very fascinating, this change, how will lead to other areas where the satellite will be able to solve specific problems. A formula that we've been applying in Elara, and it's been very effective, is to trust in the people's capabilities and talent. So we try to attract young people even before they finish their career, their college, and giving them both things. One is good direction, coaching, and mentoring. Another is believing in the talent of the people and giving them responsibilities. It's a good combination where all the potential of the young people and the energy and wanting to do new things has been very successful, at least for our company. So trusting in young people, I think, is a good investment. Well, I have the opportunity from the very beginning in my first job to have a good mentor that eventually do the same thing that I try to do with young people, which is to try to guide. He was guiding me into the ways where I was able to add more value to the company, and especially to develop as a very more or well-prepared professional. So that's something that I've been trying to replicate with young people, and in every company that I've worked for, I've been alert to try to find a person that can be more identified with me as a mentor. So I tried also to value that role in my case, and as young people while I was developing my abilities. That I'm trying to replicate that with the people that I work for. Well, I think, as I mentioned, we're fortunate, at least in my case, to be in Mexico, in Latin America, as an entrepreneur and as a CEO of my company, because in these areas like Mexico and the rest of countries in Latin America, where we have big extensions of land, irregular terrain, the satellite is the perfect fit to complement the terrestrial infrastructure. So this is something that, in the case of Mexico, for example, we not only help companies to reach harder sites to provide connectivity, to help them operate their business, but also from the health and educational side. We use satellite to provide connectivity to very remote locations where through the satellite is the only way they can connect to the outside world. So this is something that is replicated in several countries in Latin America, because we have the same situation of lack of coverage in the terrestrial networks. So satellite is a perfect fit, and it's really, for the last 10 years, it has been impacting very heavily people that is changing their way of living because we provide connectivity to them. Well, I think it has to do with what I just mentioned, the transformation of the industry of using these new platforms and technologies where the satellite is finding new niches where previously it was either not present or not competitive. With the evolution of HDR platforms, LEO and MEO platforms, I think the future looks very promising because satellite has been very important in the telecom industry, but it's going to be even more important how we will be able to add value to different verticals where, again, with the use of these new platforms, we'll be able to create very innovative and interesting solutions that we don't see today.